how can I be closer to 3k ELO? 3k ELO here with insta run long, almost with a knife in the hand. I can guarantee you that. All right. Okay, they have pistols. Don't do this. Don't do this, okay? All right, you had your fun. Please, let's not do that again. No, this is not good. This is not good. I think you did not expect anyone to go through that. Hello and welcome for another demo. We have a coaching session. This time it's Chris, and this is actually the lobby we're going to be taking a look at. Ace KH is the subject to coach here. He's playing a duo in a fairly high ELO European Faceit. This is level 10s, just fresh level 10s after the recent calibration. We have a duo with Vadox, and we're going to be looking at the Inferno, which is rare sight on Faceit in general, in my opinion, especially for coaching. So I'm pretty excited to see how this one goes. We have a little bit of a backstory as well. Chris, I can't think of anything specific I want you to look at, so I guess I want to see what mistakes you can see in my playstyle that I don't, and what separates me from 3k ELO players. I got close to 2.5k 2 or 3 times now, and every time I go on a losing streak and have to start over again. Yes, that is pretty unfortunate. We'll find something, I'm pretty sure. I picked a game which I struggled on more than usual, but still played as I usually would. Also, there was lack of communication from the team, as it was only me and my duo talking, which made it harder. Yeah, that, you know, that is natural. Like when I go play Faceit game, I take it for granted that we are not talking, and if someone actually decides to talk, that's a good start, right? I'm always pleasantly surprised if we have at least 1 or 2 guys trying to open their mouth. Okay, we do have a pretty sick call and the lineups from the get-go. This is smoke towards long, crouch jump on the when you hit the roof. Very hard to block, pretty fast. Not that you're gonna be using it, but pretty cool to see these kind of lineups from the round 1. Right, you're number 6. I have to get familiar with all the grenades. The numbers. Okay, we know that one guy is in CT. I think the guy on coils was spotted as well. We have a complete block. This is pretty good because the complete block really happened, but it's failed smoke, and he threw the smoke and the molly, which suggests that this guy on B, he has no Kevlar, and you're gonna be melting him if, you know, you get in a pretty fair duel. So I like how you're pressing forward. Unfortunately, you go in first, and you did not get that entry frag. It was pretty hard duel, to be honest. It wasn't even a duel, I should say. Alright, really mulling behind that. Deep, actually, behind that. That's interesting, why you threw it so late. And why you threw it so far up. Like, I mean, in reality, this molly is a complete waste because of the smoke that T's through, right? So this molly, if you throw it, I think it's good because it prevents CTs from getting into boiler and like getting free information here from the beginning of the round. However, if there is a smoke here, I think that's generally pretty wasteful. You don't really know if the CTs can be even directly behind their own smoke. Like, doing this just doesn't generate any damage or any pressure towards CTs, if that makes sense. Okay, your teammate actually went forward, so you went forward as well. This is good. Okay, now we have... This is a duel which you should be taking. I understand you're 45 HP, but this is good. The way you're holding for it is good because you're always going to be in a shadow advantage if a CT is coming from short. You even were in a shadow advantage here. I will try to slow it down so you can see it. Right now, you see the shadow here on the ground, and it will be pretty easy to spot these shadows if you have good settings for it, obviously. Which is, for me, I have global shadow quality on high and ambient occlusion on high as well. This is low-key underrated for shadow spotting. Alright, why did you not make this kill? Is that, well, it was kind of unfortunate stutter step from the CT. You did 50 damage on him. It felt like you were not really ready for this duel, even though you were aiming there. It's like you did not really expect anyone to walk into your crosshair. However, if I may add to this, is that the isolation, once you started shooting, could be a little bit better. And that isolation needs to come when you kind of have this duel and you don't insta-kill, move to the left, so you kind of isolate the next duel. You guaranteed that CT can only swing from kind of like one side. Like, only way how he can kill you if he actually peeks you here and shoots you, right? Or here and shoots you. However, if you're going here and the guy is either behind the pillar or he makes it here, you don't really know whether you should be aiming like here or here. And it's a little bit harder to predict what is going to happen. Meanwhile, if you go here, you negate his two options into just one, and that's why you have to think it as isolation is successful, a little bit more successful, right? Because at that point, you're in a heavy disadvantage. You're just going to hold here, and you're going to hope that you hit the next bullet when he peeks you. Obviously, he's going to be an advantage. He's the one peeking you. But at least you have crosshair in roughly correct position, and you have an AK. So all you have to do is hit one bullet, and that is the first bullet that you have to hit, and you win that duel, which, in my opinion, was pretty 50-50 until the point where, well, you missed your first 3 shots. Then you kind of started panicking. Alright, let's slow down the gameplay a little bit. 4-0, we need to establish some map control, stop playing towards middle only. We gotta take some banana as well. I hope you're gonna be participating in that. Okay. That was on the fly. Was it good? Yeah, it was pretty good. Okay, taking a lot of nade damage here, which I always hate on Inferno. Alright, you took a... Okay, you're definitely not running this, right? Just play a little bit slower, brother. There's not much for you to do. Like, again, even this Molotov into boiler, like, it's not gonna do much when that molly fades away. The smoke is still going to be here. Just wait out the utility a little bit more on Inferno. You have to be a little bit more passive because, yeah, you're gonna be starting a lot of the rounds with 50 HP. Let's see how we're gonna take this banana control. Is there your teammate? There is, but he has no grenade. Oh, yeah, actually he has a flash. Sorry, he has a smoke. Pretty good pre-aim. I like this. Yeah, this is great. Let your teammate smoke, CT. It's coming. Yeah. You dodge the spam as well. Very well. Oh shit, we don't have the bomb. It's fine, we can go back for it. It's 1v5 and we know that the last guy is in CT. Right now you're stuck with the CT molly. Let's hope that it's not going to cost you. If you're going to be starting second mid and chugging it into the window, it will probably spread just good enough. But if some CT is actually going to beat it into fighting you, that spread is going to cost you very favorable duel. So always, if you have money and if you have the opportunity, drop away these CT mollies. Yeah, in the end it worked pretty fine. I'm pretty sure, like, if CT decided to go forward, like, you can see that he has a pocket to play here and he would never burn. With the T-molly, if it bounces correctly, there's basically, it spreads here, it spreads here, and it spreads here. Okay. So let's see how we're going to be taking this. So your teammate already took the right side. Now we have to take the boiler fully. Okay. Why are we skipping that angle on the left? I don't understand that. It was pretty dangerous. Okay, waiting for that smoke to fade, and then we can cook something towards middle. Your teammate is in boiler already. You have a smoke, though. He has a smoke, too. Alright, I like this. Go out as a trader. No, okay, I don't like this anymore. If he's still going out, I know that no one burned on the short, but there's still a possibility that the CT is in front of the molly, or he's on the roof. Like, when you're taking mid like this, please stick to your teammate. Imagine he has a duel which he loses right now, and you're here. You're not in position to trade. Be on his ass until you take this top mid, and then fall back, okay? Again, this is not something that just cost you the round, but it could have very well cost you. Like, I have to... That's why I'm telling you these things, because I kind of anticipate and I know the patterns of these things where it's not liability right now, but it will be liability in the round where it will matter way more, and then you will, you know, be sad about it. So I'm trying to prevent that coming into the future. Alright, follow your teammates at this point. No need to flash. This is your responsibility, by the way. If you're like last guy or second to last guy, hold the smokes, okay? You want to be responsible for holding these smokes so CTs doesn't push through, but luckily your team has actually traded. But it was very dangerous. Now you're going to be re-smoking CT. Keep that flash, no need to do that. Okay. Responsible for banana. This is very good angle, but hold, okay? You don't need to jiggle there. You checked it last time, this is probably the last check. Now, if you had that flash, that smoke on CT is going to be dissipating soon. That's the timing for the flash play, okay? I think in the end... You're still in the 1v1, but this is unlosable because of the time. It's not perfect, but we're winning rounds, so... Alright, you hear one guy is short, he just naded. You just took all the space. Now you're in a position to win the round. You know, one A player already died, the next one is on short, and probably there's one more guy starting in apps. This is clear as day to me that long is completely open, and you can just run there. Instantly run there to take the space. I think this is a mistake. I think it's a mistake to chase the short player because you don't know if he's standing there ready to fight or if he's actually going to site and he's unchaseable. And there's another guy which you don't know about, which is an apps player, which can be in apps, which can be end of the apps, which can be balcony, which can be pit, he can be even site. So if you're not able to chase this guy and kill him, do not do that. Because you're again going to be running into such a big fog of war where you don't know if there are two players on site or just one player or no one. You don't know if there are going to be two players in pit or no one or just one. There are so many possibilities that can go wrong. In the meantime, it's clear as day that long is clear, and yes, long is not a bomb site, but if you manage to split the map in half for B and A by cutting off this portion, you're eventually winning the round. Especially at 1:35 on the clock, you have this area, you're winning the round, because you can just sit here, and if your teammate joins you and one of you hold CT and one of you hold like library or long, there's legit no information that CTs will give, and only way how they can bring back the round is if they push. They're going to be pushing short, they're going to be pushing apps, or they're going to be pushing banana. But that is exactly where like your B player would be holding for banana push. Maybe one of your teammates would stay around middle and he would hold short push and apps push. If one of these pushes happen, that's when you have free sight, right? You can like go through the library here, or if this push happens, you can go through here. Because it will be very easy for CTs to understand where you're going to be splitting from. They will have to risk a lot. So here, definitely high ELO player. And you asked me this at the beginning, like, how can I be closer to 3k ELO? 3k ELO here with insta run long, almost with a knife in the hand. I can guarantee you that. All right, what are we going to do? Right now, okay, you heard the HE in apps. You have the smoke on middle. I would just wait out these smokes. Like these CTs that you're playing against, and this is, by the way, true for every rank on Faceit below like 3k, 3.5k, where pro players are going to play. Just wait these utility, because CTs will be just chugging it into these choke points. They're going to be nading banana early. No one is going to save nades to retake banana. No one is going to save nades to play after plant. Like, sorry, right, like a retake on B. Everyone is going to be smoking top middle. No one is going to be jiggling with smokes on this level. Like, wait it out and just play the round when it's like 55 seconds on the clock, but CTs have no nades. You know how much easier it is? It's a cheat code to gain ELO on Inferno, on Faceit, on Premiere, if you're playing competitive there as well. Just AFK gameplay. This is why this map is considered boring. Because if you just wait out the utility, yes, it's boring to wait 30 seconds looking into nothing. You see, like that CT just re-smoked up middle without any pressure. On Dust 2, this doesn't happen. Like, people just don't like smoke short out of nowhere. They only do that when they hear T is taking it. You just wait it out, and if the round starts for you 0.55 or 0.50, damn, this Inferno is going to be so much more easier on T side. Now you're going into B, where this guy has nades, but he cannot use it from the top of the boost, which is a big mistake. This guy doesn't even have nades. So guess what you're doing, guys? You're just walking into side. Exactly. Would this be possible if they had nades and jiggles with stuff? Beautiful. And you know last guy is in coils as well. Okay, you don't need to throw. Let's just trade this guy. Perfect. Now take ruins. I would still take ruins, but I understand it. You want to play passive, this is fine. Play triple. Play triple. And again, another benefit of like playing these post plans is that look at the nades of the CTs. Because you were waiting for so long, these CTs, they have one molly left. They don't have smoke, they don't have HE, they don't have flash. This guy is probably going to use his molly. And that is pretty funny because he pulled the molly and he's going to die because of it. Well, almost, yeah. Guys, it's not accident that Inferno is considered the most utility heavy based map, and this goes both ways. It's impossible to play this map without utility on T side, but it's also impossible to play this map without utility on CT side. So what you will do on these gun rounds? You want to drain as much utility away from the opposing team, and the beauty of it, on T side you literally don't need to do anything. Alright. Okay, they have pistols, don't do this. Don't do this, okay? And by the way, another thing is, why would you go if you know that this smoke is coming from short? and you still go ahead on short. Oh, that's actually... This is very risky. Like, I don't like this playstyle. I like that you're making plays, but you're doing it at the incorrect times. Like, this is a play where you don't do this against eco or against forces. Or if you have a full belt of utility and CTs cannot afford any utility, right? Alright, you had your fun. Please, let's not do that again. With more and more people coming to play Counter-Strike due to decent updates lately, we see that some people simply forgot about their cool skins in their inventory. If you're one of them looking to sell via person to person, or you simply want to snatch something cool to upgrade your loadout, look no further. Because there's ShadowPay, which is actually a solid place to buy, sell, or trade skins, but most importantly, the whole process is quick and trivial. Picking what you like, adding it to the cart, and completing the whole purchase takes literally 8 clicks. I counted. And if you want to trade, that is just as easy. Exchanging your old loadout by selecting skins on the left for something fresh and new on the right is always an option. Again, just few clicks needed. The selection is large, and if you catch a good deal, skins are often priced better than on Steam Market, so keeping an eye out on your favorite skins can pay out in dividends. And speaking of paying dividends, make sure to save some money and also support this channel by using code STYKO when topping up your balance. All the links are in the description. Oh, and before I forget, for using ShadowPay often, you shall get rewarded. All active users can participate and win some cool extra skins to either use or turn into balance over at the giveaway section. Once again, use code STYKO, which works when you top up that balance. And now, let's get back to the video. Alright, let's see what you're doing on CT side. Okay. Let's see if that lands. It should. Very good. Forward flash. Holy moly, how did this guy just delete him? That's crazy. Even playing balcony is good here. Like, there's no real need to potentially get one tapped if T's actually clear these crazy pixel corners. Just give yourself an easiest duel ever. If you're in a 2-man advantage, that's what you want to do. Your teammate actually overcooked on middle. But now your teammate is in good spot. When he's getting close, he should have a first contact, and that's when you're gonna get 1 or 2 kills for sure. Another teammate is closing on A. Okay, you got spotted there. I don't like it. Okay, now we're good. Very good. Okay, hide. Play time. That's good. Very good. Do not commit to that. That's when you want to play time. It doesn't mean that when you're playing time that he doesn't have time to kill you, pick up the bomb and plant. He does have time for that. He had still 15 seconds. But you're buying time for the rotation to arrive, and he's not going to be getting that bomb and planting comfortably. Okay, here is a big mistake that you actually did not purchase head Kevlar. If you're having this sequence of the rounds where they win pistol round, then they win a second round, and then you win right back, you can guarantee that they're gonna have a buy like this, or Galils, which definitely helps with the head Kevlar. You have 3.2k, you definitely need to be buying head Kevs on these, because if they're gonna rush B, which is very likely with this buy, well, you're in a good position, you're 3B. But let's be honest, anything can go wrong with a couple of, you know, random headshots from Tech9s, and right now you're vulnerable to pretty much a one-shot. Okay, your teammates do not have full middle. Are you going to join him? These could be here. Okay, so good peeks, being cautious about it. Clear all the way on the right as well. Okay, I don't like this jiggle. This jiggle is generally... like, T's will go through that molly, even if you drop it pretty well in the middle of long. I also don't like this pixel position. I think you should, if you really want, you should be jiggling here. No, this is not good. This is not good. You should be jiggling here, first of all. Okay, you shouldn't be even holding with them. This is not a molo, like a pixel position. Okay, this is not like ancient A side or ancient B side. If you want to really play there, you can play in an off angle with a gun in hand and go like this and be committed. Okay, if you really want, you can even throw a molly like this, bounce it off, boom, and then you go ahead and peek slowly behind it while your teammate is just holding boiler, or he can even take a deeper peek, right? There's a variety of things what you can do. Exactly, don't do what you just did, because like this is very clearable, right? At the same time, you're lucky that he didn't kill you with those 2 headshots through the corner of the wall. What was your idea? To drop a molly here? Well, if I'm seeing that as a terrorist, like CT molly, I'm just gonna take like a 2 or 3 ticks of burn and I'm running through that and I'm chasing my teammates from behind. This is where you potentially could have created timing to lose the round. Okay, now this is a different... I said previous round that it could be good to go a little bit forward and play an off angle, not against pistols. Against pistols, this is where you want to play for information, and the only like good way to do that is, okay, you can actually give it up and not play for information and hold just like cross to when they're going to go A wrap, but it's also very likely that if they just smoke you off, you're in a big trouble because you're leaving all of your teammates like being splitted on from long, from short, potentially from apps, right? And they're only 2 there, and you cannot really help them because you're not going to make it here in time, and there could be another smoke here and here. What you want to do is that if you're making rotation back to A and you're playing against pistols, it is high chance, high probability that if they have pistols, they're going to look for attacking A through close quarter combats, and these close quarter combats are happening on short and in apps. It's very unlikely that they will go through long. So you want to be close to the action, but at the same time, you need to keep an eye on the long, right? So this position against pistols is pretty much OP because you get to jiggle long. You don't need to go for a full fight. And if they go CT, this is rare occasion where this is completely fine, because wherever they decide to go later from CT, it will be a long range duel either towards B with pistols is very unfavorable, or if they want to go towards A, they still have to cross like this somehow. So this is long range duel, or even if they go out, they have to fight with pit. If they go through this way, they have to fight with pit. You know, like basically running here with Tech9 into the site, holy, it's so annoying if you're going as an A split, right? So what I'm trying to say is that against pistols, this position that you played previous round, not that good. This position, not good either. You can still do the play with the bounce molo here, and you can like peek behind it. It's pretty good play. But I would generally rotate through here, okay? And be safe. It's just so hard to track these Tech9s. I get the view. All right, so this is like an autopilot from you guys, from you especially. Just the same smoke all the time, go towards B, do the fall and flash. Rotate back to A. Okay, now your teammate needs help and you need to... Okay, somehow you're in time here, which is great. But you need to chase this kill. Ran out of bullets. You got traded, it's still 2v2. I think they're on to something that you are starting 3B a lot, and they're just running A and overrunning. So I hope from the next round you're going to be taking that into account and actually play more towards A. Now you have to read the room a little bit, right? Okay, great. You are actually starting towards A. Okay, smoke middle, maintain the control. Well, now you know one guy is in boiler. So, okay, that was pretty bad. What happened there? Let's look at the micro here. Problem is, like, you're not even... Like, you think that the smoke is the wall and no one is going to go through that, right? You're dodging the HE. I completely get it. But you can dodge the HE while aiming here, right? Like, no one is going to appear in the pillar. And that's why I feel like you get a little bit surprised by the T actually going out through that smoke that you just threw. And you're unable to track him. I think you did not expect anyone to go through that. Also, falling back to side is fine in my opinion, but the long is very much open. And you have to, you have to take control of it. Not anymore. Okay, this smoke is actually in your favor. Just go close to it, and when your teammate shoots, this is where you go through. Nah, this is not good. I generally think you should, whenever you see a smoke like this and you have a deagle only, you need to get close to the smoke and play on the edges of it. This is your like power. And yeah, your teammate died without getting a frag, but you need to be able to trade that. And from here, it's just way harder with the deagle, right? Like, the guy is just going to kill your teammate and probably run into the side. That's why you have to give yourself a leeway of playing around the smoke and potentially like chasing him down. So that was like a positional mistake in my opinion. When you have pistols and you see smokes and you know someone is coming, try to play on the edges of those smokes. With pistols, it's so freaking important. All right, let's see. Deep smoke again, back to the old ways. And we're going to do Fallen Flash one more time. Okay, that's a sick shot. Sick shot. Your teammate blocked middle. Now we're in a position. You can easily play in the long corner as well because of the smoke. You still have mid control, by the way. I'm not sure if you know that. On the radar, you should be informed about this. We do have full mid control, so you can even go closer right now into this cubby. Especially now, I would definitely run to B. You need to be a rotation. No. This molly is completely useless. You don't want to block them coming into us. Like, potentially, what if they're, like, setting up a mid take, right? Still, like, there are 2 Ts here and 1 guy in boiler. That molly might turn them away to go to B, where this is, like, your losing condition. There's only 1 CT, and you have to rotate there. That molly could be actually helpful for you as a rotation, because what if they are not here and they're setting up B, and you decide to make a rotation? Now you have a molly, which you can throw when this CT smoke comes. And you have a flash over triple for your teammate, right? But the molly, you don't want to throw it in the positions where you potentially turn the enemy away from the stack. And even if you don't think about it, this was a stack. You were 4 guys A for like 15 to 20 seconds. You want them to come. You're not going to smoke mid. You're not going to molly mid either. You need that piece of utility for a rotation if your B guy gets in trouble. And it could have very well be that right now they started executing. Imagine that you have this molly. You would instantly pull it into your hand and you're throwing it right there. You're throwing it right here, right? Just for extra damage, or maybe like zoning out the T's a little bit better to make the spacing more awkward for them. It's actually a small mistake, but a very huge one at the same time. It's small because it seems unimpactful, if that's a word. I don't know if that's a word. Like low impact utility, because like, why would you have it? But at the same time, the potential of that molly could have been round saving, which means utility usage in this kind of round, you have to think about it way more, okay? Alright, drop extra flashes, drop extra pistols. It's the last round of the game. You have 2.9k. Drop extra flash to blue in front of you. Boom. Buy 5-7. Boom. Not doing any of that. Alright, your teammate just took a shot. Let's see how it's going to go. Smoke middle. You play in the corner, hold the smoke. Very standard stuff for Inferno. This is exactly what I was saying. Like, it's impossible to walk through these smokes because CTs are just going to hold it. And when you're on T side, it's just another smoke thrown for no reason from your teammates. And probably you will throw the third one when this one dissipates. And it's just T's did not do anything. And yeah, look what's going to happen. And all your smokes on A side are gone without any single T even getting closer than, like, they were always outside of the circle. Like, the closest guy was here, okay? And you're out of the smokes. And this is exactly how you play Inferno on T side. You just wait for 30-45 seconds, and the more you wait, it looks stupid, but the chance of winning the round is skyrocketing. No, well, not skyrocketing, but it's increasing by every second. Skyrocketing means exponential curve, but here I would say it's like a linear curve. Alright, you probably did not spot the C4, so that's why you're not committed to this rotation. Here, you can just... Grenades in hand. Okay, this is good. This is alright. Okay, don't get chased, please. Thank you. Oh no. Okay, this is good. Luckily, you bought just enough time, even with your failed utility. It's GG. However, there are some key takeaways from your Inferno. You could actually get to 2.5k ELO to 2.6, 2.7 just by playing Inferno, because so many people suck at this map and it's a cheat code to farm ELO off of bad players. Like, what do you say? Let me pull out your lobby here. Would you say you were like 2.3k ELO here? Would you say that you were playing against particularly good opponents? They are all like 10 wins less than you, right? Which is like what, 200 ELO less than you, something like that on average. Which is like, you should be in general very equally skilled. But I think you were actually in a lot of situations less experienced on the map. Like, I feel like you didn't know what you were doing because you were just playing on autopilot, and that's okay because it's clearly something that you're comfortable with. However, I want to take you out of that autopilot because you need to think about the map a little bit different, okay? The slower you play on T side, the better success you will have. But better players already know that. So what you have to do on C side, save grenades a little bit more, okay? Because then you will counter those slow players How? Because they will decide to take map control at 50 seconds or 45 seconds, and then they're met with the extra smoke that you were like jiggling on long or small pit or I don't know, at the edge of the apps or something, wherever you are, okay? And guess what? What's happening after? There's a flash peek from your teammate from pit to peek long, right? Or there's a molly that is still coming. So you see the balance here. Here, this whole lobby is unaware how to play Inferno because everyone is just playing way too fast. I'm telling you that how to get to better players is that you will play slower, and then when you will hit the roadblock there, that everyone is keeping the utility, that's when you have to create like more explosive plays again and play a little bit faster. So it's like a roller coaster of meta on Inferno where bad players don't know how to play it because they're too fast, but then good players play it way too slow, and then to counter the slow play, you want to like optimize a little bit and throw in a couple of fast peaks, fast plays, fast, I don't know, sneaks through the smoke like you did on T side. You wanted to do it, right? When you through a top mid smoke and then you molly boiler and you want to like edge it, if you want to do that, hello, go for it. It will work more at higher ELO because it will be less expected. And I'm not saying that it will work all the time, but you get the point. You get where I'm going at, because the whole dynamic on Inferno is really abusable, especially in Faceit. And this is for pretty much every single level that I've coached. So I'm actually glad that it's happening still at this kind of high ELO. And not a lot of players know about it. So I think it makes perfect sense that through this coaching, a lot of players will realize that Inferno is abusable. It's ELO heaven if you play it correctly. So don't be afraid to queue this map. I hope you like this, and if you did, let me know, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye. Shout out to you, all of my Patreons and Coffee members, for your continual support. It allows me to create more content like this. Your name is on the screen right now as a little token of appreciation. I used Coffee for years, where you can find extra content and perks at various tiers of membership, but due to popular demand, I set up Patreon too. Nothing changes, both platforms are treated equally, with same content just for your convenience to use whichever side you prefer. Thank you for making my videos better and possible.